All right, what's going on, boys? So I wanted to go ahead and just quickly film this video to remind you guys out there, to all my men watching this, to learn to not rely on people when it comes to you doing anything in this life as a man. And I learned that lesson, I guess it finally hit me, really hit me today. And to kind of preface what I mean by this, I'm going to share with you guys a little incident that literally just happened 2 hours ago. So long story short, I got off work at about 2:30. I'm getting into my car to obviously head home. And right when I start my car, I notice that one of the icons comes on my dashboard, and the icon is the exclamation point. And obviously for my car guys watching this, you know what that means. But for any of my fellas out there that don't know what that means, basically, that is my car letting me know that something is wrong either with my tire, or it has to do something with my brakes, or I think my power steering fluid, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously I'm a little concerned, but I don't mind it because my house was like 15 minutes away from my job. So I'm driving home, right? And obviously the steering is a little bit off. So I'm thinking to myself that, okay, maybe I gotta do something with the steering, or I gotta get my brakes changed or something like that. I get home, I park my car, I go inside, I eat one of my meals for the day, I drink my coffee, I'm getting ready to go to the gym. Grab my duffel bag, head out the door. As I'm walking to my car, I notice, like, clear as day, that my back left tire is fucking flat. I got a fucking nail in my tire. And so I look at the time to see, obviously, if I can figure out, you know, if I can get my tire changed today. It's about 4:50 here in California. And at least in my area, most tire shops close at 5 or 5:30. And so I'm like, fuck. There's really not much time to do anything, because if I call, there is the potential that they don't even have my tire in stock, so they have to order it. So I have to basically wait a day or two anyway. So I told myself, okay, I got a flat tire, I'm gonna deal with it tomorrow. So I go back inside. I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can ask my brother to borrow his car. Because one thing that my father has been making it a point in recent years, especially as him and my mom continue to age, he keeps trying to remind me and my brother to not only repair our relationship that we had when we were kids, because we had a really good bond, but over the years, as my brother grew up and went through puberty and, you know, teenage years, he honestly became kind of a dickhead. Not gonna lie, and he's completely alienated himself from the rest of my family. Like, we all still live together, but he just minds his business and goes about his life on his own separately. But my father has been making it a point for me and my brother to not only repair that relationship we once had when we were kids, but to learn to lean on each other and rely on each other when times get tough or when minor inconveniences come up. And so with that said, keep that in mind, I decide to go ask my brother to borrow his car. I told him, hey, you think just this one time I could borrow your car so I can go to the gym? And right away he tells me no. And I ask him why. And he's like, well, there's the potential possibility that something may happen to the car. And if it does, I'm held responsible, which I understand. But I told them, who said something's gonna happen to the car? Because, and you guys don't know this, but I have a better driving record than my brother does. I have a clean record. From what I know, he doesn't. I think he has 1 or 2 speeding tickets, something like that. But my record, completely clean. Thank God. And so, you know, I'm pretty confident that, you know, everything's gonna be fine. He doesn't drive like a fancy car. He just drives a Tesla. All right, anyways, and so he tells me that, and I'm not gonna lie, after he told me that, I got a little irritated. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Maz, your brother's not obligated to give you his card, and I understand that. He's not obligated, he doesn't have to. But I think what irritates me about that is, like I just said, because of what my father has been trying to tell me and him for years when it comes to trying to, like I said, lean on one another and rely on each other when times get tough or when inconveniences come up. And so that's when it hit me that I'm like, damn, you really only can like 100% trust and rely on yourself. Not even your own family members won't even feel the need to try and help you. And I understand my story, it's not super crazy, you know. I was just trying to go to the gym. It's not that big of a deal. But there's a lesson in all of this because of what my father was trying to instill in both me and him, and me actually trying to, you know, follow that. And so to have my own brother let me down, and then not only that, but I have to figure out my own situation with my flat tire, it just taught me, I'm like, damn, which by the way, I did figure out. But it was just like, damn, I really only can rely on myself. Like, genuinely. Like, if you're a man, you really genuinely only can, 100% at least, trust and rely and lean on yourself. And now, that doesn't mean that you should turn bitter and, you know, be angry and irritated at not only the world, but at people and at your friends and at your family. But more so, it's like you really got to learn to not only build, but trust in yourself. That whatever problems come up or minor inconveniences come up, the first thing you need to think to yourself, because most people think to call somebody for help. No, you gotta like either stand or sit there, process what's going on, and then think to yourself, okay, what's the best course of action that I could take right now to fix whatever's going on in my life for myself. And I promise you, if you can learn to do that, then not only will life get easier, but you start to develop even more confidence in yourself and in your abilities when it comes to you doing anything in this life, even as something simply as changing a fucking tire. Like, I learned today, as embarrassing as it is, because I've been fortunate enough to grow up with a lot of conveniences. I didn't have to learn these things, but I learned today what type of tires my car has. I learned the size of my rims, and then just like small stuff like that. And so honestly, I feel good about learning that stuff. And so moving forward, if I ever get a flat tire and I'm like in the middle of butt fuck nowhere, I know exactly what I need to do. And that is, I already knew this part because my father taught me a couple years ago, but that is to change my tire, use the spare, and then take my car to the shop. But more importantly, when you get to the shop, prior to that, make sure you have the information of your tire, you know, the model of your car, stuff like that, so that when they ask, they could pull up your tire and change it. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do tomorrow morning. But to finish off this yapter, to any man watching this video, bro, do not, and I repeat, do not think that you can 100% rely or lean on another person. Like, it's okay to try to trust and try to lean on another person, because let's be honest, you can't do this entire life thing alone. I genuinely believe you can't. But when you're at the bottom trying to come up and you don't have much to fucking work with, whether it's you trying to build success or you just trying to get your daily tasks done, you need to learn to rely on yourself and not rely on anybody else. And if you could do that, you'd be surprised at not only what you can potentially do, but what you could potentially fucking pull off. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but more importantly, I hope you guys took something away from this. I'm probably gonna post this. Part of me doesn't want to, because I don't feel like this video was valuable, but something in me, like an emotion, I just felt compelled to be like, you know what? I want to grab my camera. I want to fucking record this video. And honestly, I might just even fucking put it out at this point. Fuck it, I don't really care. But yeah, if you did find something out of this video, be sure to go ahead and do me the favor of smashing the like button for your boy. Drop a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, because we are on the road to 2K. And last but not least, turn on my post notification bell so you never miss out on any of my future video uploads. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.